Cap, according to Monique, means that the hat on the head means you're lying. I've never heard that, but that's the origin of cap. I'm about to look this up. I'm gonna look. There's a dictionary. Isn't there a dictionary that would say what cap is?
Maybe
The urban. We didn't check that dictionary.
Beyond my wildest imagination.
It's getting deep in here now.
It's incredible, man.
Wait.
Have the rainbow without going through the rain, and
I love it.
me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
And applying the recovery, I thought about it for a second.
Good morning, VA. We're back at it here, like that movie. That's going to be the new intro moving forward. It's going to be Good Morning VA, or if it's afternoon, it's going to be Good Afternoon VA, like that Robin Williams movie.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah, yes.
I'm motivated.
That's right. Good morning, everybody out there. We're back at it. Trav over here, co-host. Steve over here behind the scenes. We're back at it today. We're going to do a little morning motivation, inspiration. We're going to kind of chop it up a little bit, do a little talking, and kind of get us ready for the 2 p.m. podcast with our special guest. So thank you, everybody who's tunes in, who watches this, who's liked and subscribed to it. We're very grateful to have you on participating in this. First I got our co-host over here, Travis Williams.
Hey, what's going on? You want some more? You want more than that?
Nope, that's good. All right. And then I got Steve Altice over here, the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the scenes.
Good morning, everybody.
All right. So they are not men of many words right now. They'll get into it here.
Some words.
They'll get into it here. Okay. All right. They'll get into it here in a second. Excuse me. All right. So real quick, we just want to first say thank you. Shout out to our sponsors. We got 2 wonderful sponsors. We got a couple more coming on. So, anybody interested in sponsoring the podcast, getting their business out into the public, reach out to us, give us a call, and we'll get you on here. But first, we want to shout out Hype Counseling. Hype Counseling. Also, give a special thank you to our other sponsor who actually sponsors the podcast itself. All right, so want to announce our next event, and so we're gonna do things a little
Are
differently.
you out of breath?
No.
You're just standing there out of breath.
All right,
Call me out
so
of shit. All right.
come stand behind me like you were doing before.
I don't want to.
You couldn't even see him, and he's taller than me. You couldn't even see him, and he's big too. But it's just the muscles
a
out.
weird camera
yeah,
angle.
Yeah, whatever.
Tricks of
So
the
so
camera.
the next event, that's what we're gonna do moving forward. We're just gonna be announcing the next event, and we'll be shooting our events on the screen so you can see them. But our next event is gonna be August 31st, overdose awareness vigil right here in the chapel, 2300 Dumbarton Road. Starts at 6 p.m. We're going to have somebody perform a little bit of music, I think, and then a couple speakers. And then we're just going to have a vigil for anybody that's lost somebody to substance use disorder or a direct result of substance use disorder. So come out and support that event if you'd like, and you check out our memorial garden as well. All right, so today, I like that. Today, so today we're going to be talking some motivational and inspirational stuff. Before I do that, if you happen to come across this on Facebook Live's not really, it's not really pop and it's not really popular. But if you happen to come up across this on there, click on the video. It should take you to YouTube. We really want you to go to our YouTube channel because it has all of our stuff on there. Go to our YouTube channel. You hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button's right there up top. You hit subscribe, and then you can see a list of different videos, whether it's our podcast, whether it's live videos, whether it's just a video, whether it's shorts. But please hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and share the material. All right, so morning motivation. What you got over there, Travis?
I got a morning inspiration.
Okay.
And this isn't a one-liner. This is an experience thing that gave me an aha moment, and it really inspired me too. I seen my sponsor at a meeting, and I hadn't called him in
He's
about
got
a
a sponsor.
week. Got one. And so I hadn't called him in about a week, and he said, "Hey man, you don't call me no more." I said, "Well, everything's going good. I have no reason to call you. Why does my mic sound so high?" I got bass in my voice, and I don't have any bass.
Just
in my
get a
voice.
little closer to the mic and
Hey,
finish
man, I
your
ain't got no
story.
dang
Focus.
bass in my
Stay
voice.
focused.
And so, anyways, he said, I said, I haven't called you. Everything's been going good. And he said, how do you know everything's been going good for me? I said, the core of our spiritual disease is self-centeredness.
Selfish and self-centered, man. You know, and what your sponsor did there, which I know him, he's a great guy. What he did there is he let you know the therapeutic value of one addict helping another, right? It's the therapeutic value, right? Nobody's here and nobody's down here. Like, we're here, and that's how this thing works, man.
We're
I
all
love
in
that.
it
That's
together,
good, man.
man.
Yeah, definitely. We need each other, man. That's humility at its finest. And I love humility, man. Just remain teachable and know that I don't always got this thing, so I might need you. Man, let me tell y'all. So this is not a morning motivation or a morning inspiration, but I want to talk about my morning. So I got a 14-year-old son. He's going his freshman year in high school. You know Cam.
Yeah.
And Steve, I don't know if you've seen Cam or met him. He's came up here a few times. So my son,
Good
he's a
kid.
big kid, good kid. He's big. He's when I was
Boy, Cam.
when I was a senior, I weighed 190, 185, right? He's a freshman and he weighs 260, right? But it's not like chunky. He's like, he's big, solid.
He's a little beast.
Yeah. And so
He's like a damn grown man.
and so I've been changing this boy's diapers, since he was little, man. There was a period where it was just me and him, so
Just to be clear, he's not changing his diapers.
I was going to ask.
no more diapers.
Yeah, that ended
but
last year.
but
He's
but
switching.
Just on road trips.
yes,
Sorry,
yeah.
Cam, you're still my boy.
But like, so he was baby, raised him. Now he's a 14-year-old boy, and so we're taking pictures, man. And like, I'll joke, we joke, and my son is rough, right? So like, I got to try to like hide it at times, because when I mean rough, like, he's like strong,
Yeah.
and so I don't want him to know he's getting the best of me.
Is it
And so
getting to that point in life?
it's to that point where I really like,
The
sometimes I
seesaw
feel like
is
I need to
tipping.
just no, it's not, it hasn't tipped
it
yet
hasn't tipped-
because
oh.
because I haven't like just jacked them up, right? And so like this morning we're trying to get a picture. It's Cadence's his sister. It's her first day
Cam hates pictures.
in school, yeah, and Cadence is going into 8th grade. He already went yesterday, and so today's like his second day. And I was like, look, I'll take both of y'all to school today. And so Kelly's taking pictures, and I'm like, let's get all together. And I put a hat on, just trying to be funny. And like Cam kind of knocks my hat off, and I grab, like, so if you're standing next to me, I grabbed him right on his chest, like I squeezed him like that, messing with him, right?
The claw.
The claw, right? Yeah. And he got mad. He's like, why you being weird? Don't touch me. And, and like made it all like, but he just was being a butthole, right? And so, but his reaction was like,
He was being a teenager.
yeah. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Well,
What, them damn teenagers, man. And
You were
and-
one once.
I mean, I was wild too. I didn't have no dad there when I was a teenager. He was living, in California, I think, and it was.
Well,
just,
you had a dad.
yeah, I had a dad not present.
Yeah.
Because it's a little different when you have that, like, I
That
guess,
authoritative
yeah,
male.
yeah. And so this is where I think I need to yoke him up, right? So I do that to him, and he pushed me, and like, he pushes me, and he pushes me hard, right? And in his mind, he thinks, oh, but he's got anger issues, and he doesn't get them from me. I'm not like an angry person. And so, like, I was going to knock the crap out of him.
Because you got anger issues.
No,
Got him.
Because yeah, right. No, because he pushed me, and he pushed me really hard, and I didn't like it, and like, I wanted to, like, man, and part of me was like, man, what the heck? What are you doing, man? You don't do that, man. I'm just
Did you
messing
think
with
about throat checking them?
I thought about it.
Just a quick, take all the air out of them.
Yeah. So but I yelled at him and told him if he ever did that again, You know, but it's my fault because I let him do that all the time. We play like we're always joking and playing, like shucking each other, and so like it's like a natural habit of him. You know, but he did it with some anger. He did it.
Like
He was
the way
mad.
He played back,
Well, he did it mad. He was mad. So
and then you got mad.
and he almost got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, are we motivated to not get mad this morning?
No, so I guess my question is, you know, at what point do parents out there, what point is it okay to like smack our kids? Because I definitely felt like knocking them out.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was too, man. But anyways, no, I lost my cool, and I need to go home and have like a man-to-man conversation with him and explain to him because I lost my cool and I kind of yelled at him, said a couple little cuss words in there, and was like, you ever do that again, I'm gonna do this to you, and and I need to go talk to him because obviously what I did upset him, and it was me playing with him, right? So that's what I need to do. I got to go do that.
I wonder if it's to the point now where maybe the physical joking around might have to be in check because it's he's going too far, you're going too far. I learned that principle when I was in prison. To tell you the truth,
Yeah, well, prison you don't do no joking
you don't do
around.
no joking around. Now I understand it is your son, but now it's getting to the point where hey, somebody might want to try their hand.
Yeah, and I think he gets. I need to figure out what upset him so much about that. Then I need to have a talk with him and like sitting down and having that talk. Man to young man.
14-year-old.
Yeah, and I think that will benefit him and help teach him how to be a man. Because I always struggle with those talks. But let me ask you: was there a point when you were growing up? Did your dad ever just whip your ass?
Well, there was a point where I wanted to try him, but he had them big. I'm more of a like I'm gonna like you're gonna be just sitting there chilling, and I'm just gonna slap the hell out of you and run.
Man, I remember one time. Look, I remember one time. You might not remember this, right?
I probably do.
So it was over in the apartments, High Park, over in and I think it was Justin. What's his brother, his older brother?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, and so you had just, I think Pops had found out you was getting down right again.
Yeah.
And like we walked around to the back of the apartment, and he was there. And as soon as you seen him, he like went at you. You just took off running. You just
ain't
took
got
off
time for
running.
that.
Yeah, you just took off running. I started running too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't after me, he was after you, but I didn't know what was going on. I just know as soon as you seen him, he was like ready to get you because he found out you was getting high, messing with the dope, and bam, you just took off running. I said, damn.
I learned a fundamental principle a long time ago. Them old men, they got this thing called old men strength. You're probably starting to get it now yourself. Like that's what you wanted to show Cam.
Hold on. What?
Old man strength.
Yeah, no. I
Still got young man strength.
I got grown man strength.
Well, yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. Old man, grown man. Yeah,
Whatever.
So, and if they've been working construction all their life, and they got them like the hands look like callousy and
He
stuff
was ready.
like that.
He was ready to smack.
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea because the smack will be the smack plus it'll be like a sandpaper rip effect across your face.
Yeah.
The best
And look,
thing to do is
you
not
weren't.
get-
But this like you you weren't no teenager. Like you. This was like 18, 19 years
That's
old.
a teenager.
Yeah, I
That's
guess it is.
technically, yeah. You hear what you said.
You can
at the end
vote.
of 18.
You can vote. You're right. You can vote and
I
go
haven't
in the
voted since
military.
1976.
I consider that like he was like a man running from a man.
Oh yeah.
Pops turned around, was getting ready to smack the taste out you.
He would've never called
I think
me.
you even slipped and fell as you were running away.
You know what? As I'm thinking about that, there was one time where he did slip and fall, and I ran back and I got a hit on his face, and then I ran again.
And he
And
took
I
off running.
still feel like a little guilty to the, but I do feel good about it too. At the same,
It might have been that
Shout out
time
to Dad.
you ran back and hit him,
yeah, right while he was on the ground.
and then took off running.
Yeah, I did what I had to do.
So let me one of the little motivational hits I wanted to give this morning, and it
Like
kind
the
of
one I
ties
gave
in.
my dad.
Yeah, well, that was like a little baby hit. He probably was like, "What the hell, man? If you don't get off me."
It was kind of weak, but it felt good in the moment.
Right.
I feel bad about it now, but it felt so
He ran back and had to kneel all the way down.
right on the forehead.
yeah.
Bless you, sir.
Oh, he was ready. I know he was ready to get you too.
Yeah, but I was blessed with those long, athletic legs. I gotta
Please
wake
stop.
up.
There's no athleticism in your bone.
There was that day when I was running.
It kicked in as soon as Pops turned around to knock you out. It kicked in. So I have to go back and I have to have that conversation with my son, and I have to talk with him, and have that heart to heart conversation, and that's for me, that's growth, right? And what I found is like growth is built on the foundation of all willingness, willingness, man. Growth is built on the foundation of willingness. So what am I willing to do? Am I willing to just settle for just cussing him out and having like a bad relationship with my son, or am I willing to show him how to communicate and, how to feel our emotions in a healthy way, right? And that's what I'm going to do, So that's one of the things that we're focusing on this week as a team. One of the things we're focusing on is what are we willing to do for the team? What's our willingness this week? What are we willing to do? Because if we want to grow, if we want to grow professionally, if we want to grow in recovery, growth is built upon a foundation of willingness.
And that willingness you're talking about could stop any future resentments. It sounds like you're going to kill a resentments between you and your son with a little willingness to talk it out and hash it out. That's a good point of view to look at it. Plus, you don't want to be the one on the ground getting smacked in the forehead while he's running.
Yeah, right. Hey, but dude, I feel like, man, like my kids, I don't even know if they get resentments, man. Like he'll get over it, and like, and at the end of school, he's gonna be texting me, hey, bring me some Wawa, like nothing happened. Right? Like
and you're still thinking about
and I'm
it.
still mad. Like you freaking, yeah, right. Is that like a gift like kids have?
Young,
like they just don't even. They're like,
young.
just like whatever. Dad's mad at me. I don't care. Pick me up from school.
Yeah,
like
roll right
taxi
off the shoulder
cabs.
pads.
That's what you are as like an adult, like a taxi cab and food giver.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, exactly. So we do we divide our time and figure out how to make sure they get food in their mouths and get them to where they're going. I remember I had to walk everywhere.
Yeah, we did. I think walking was a lot easier.
When it came to I remember walking over to the schools.
Here we go with the 12 foot of snow and
yeah, but
stories.
I think we were creative in like making
we were
friends
more, yeah.
that had cars.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we would call them friends. We would just go in there and big boy a ride. If I remember.
Take cars.
Hey, you've
Remember
been
that
working all night. Get out of bed and give us a ride right now.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I don't know. The smoke shop somewhere.
You remember the time we had that bug that belonged to that one lady.
That nice young lady. Yeah, a
What
beautiful
I'm telling-
blue.
the blue
punch
bug.
buggy.
And,
Yeah.
man, Steve, we decided to take this punch buggy for a ride in this neighborhood and play
Mailbox
baseball. Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
and it was a stick shift, right? And it was a stick shift, and so I don't know how to drive stick shift. I barely know how to drive a car, period. Because I think we were, I was in high school still. I think Trav might have been out of
Definitely
high
in
school,
high
and
I should
like
have been in there.
he's driving it. I'm hitting the mailboxes, and Trav was like, "Well, I want to turn," so then I got to get behind the wheel, and it's like.
And so
Man, mess that daggone transmission all up,
This could
man.
be a lack of my athleticism, or it could be that he couldn't drive a stick shift. But I didn't hit one mailbox.
Really?
But I did hit the side of her car multiple
A
times.
couple of times, man. We messed that
Swing and a
lady's
miss.
car up,
Swing and a
man.
miss.
That was tough, man. Look, if you're listening, we're not gonna say your name, but if you're listening, we're truly sorry for that.
Her name was Michelle.
Checks in the mail.
No, Steve, no check yet. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm
It wasn't us.
Yes. What else you got, Trav? What else? What other inspirational hits do you got?
Man, I love when everybody's working towards one common goal. And what I'm talking about now is a group conscience. And Jesse was talking about it just now, like working as a team and working towards a common goal. And his common goal this week sounded like it was growth. Keep growing and be willing to grow. And just recently, just with the guys I spend time with in intensive, man, they've really been working towards a common goal. And we do this thing at 10-step at night called the 10-step, the 10.
Yeah, explain that. Explain that to everybody, the viewers out there. What is the 10 step?
So we all get together at night, and so first we'll say something that we're grateful for. And then we'll say something we want to do good in our recovery and something we want to do bad in our recovery. Now, most of the time, nobody has anything bad for the day they did in the recovery, but everybody's done something bad. So I always like, you sure you didn't do anything bad? Because there's so much to learn from that bad. And I know I always do something, not necessarily bad, but something I could have done better. And then we'll do the 3 triple R's, which are resentments, regrets, and reservations. And my guy's been really honest lately about talking about their reservations. And, they get it out there, and then we can take a look at it. And then the last part of it is something that we can do to enhance our recovery. And man, and when everybody's taking that serious and being honest and really putting in the effort in it, man, like a good spirit flows through that group conscience, man. And sometimes somebody will hear something that the other person that's in the same position as them, just starting out, you know, they got the same problem, and then they're working towards a common goal and solutions for those problems. And man, when those 10 steps are good like that, and when like sometimes it'll be 30, 40 people out there, 20, 30, 15, you know, people will come and visit them.
Good,
and man,
good.
I mean, they are fire, man. They're good fire.
That's good stuff. And so, you know, what Travis just explained doesn't just have to happen in a recovery house or in a program at a RCO, right? That 10 step, you know, me and my wife do this. You know, we don't do it as frequently as I'd like, but there's times where we sit and we check in, right, and we do exactly what Travis is talking about, and we do it as a family as well. You know, there's times where we're really consistent with it, you know, and then there's times where it's like, you know, once every 2 weeks. But like you can do that at home with a family. It's just it's a check-in, you know. Hey, what happened today? You know, are we upset about anything? You know, what's the goals? You know, quick check-in, man. And you know, we do it here at work as well, man. This makes the team beneficial. We do it every morning. You know, we do a quick check-in. You know, stand up, check-in. You know, so these tips, what we're talking about here, it's not just something that just has to happen in a recovery house. Right. This is stuff that you can develop and bring home to your family. You can develop and bring to the business that you're managing or conducting. So you know, listen to the jewels, man, because it's definitely something that can help.
A lot of people come back for it too, and just to keep practicing it because it's so helpful. You're right about that. Yeah.
So we're getting ready to get up off here. Want to leave y'all with one last thing. You know, what's real important. You know, wherever you're at, whether it's a family that you're the head of the household, whether you're living in a recovery house, whether you're managing or whether you're leading a organization, don't stay stuck. Don't talk about the negatives, right? Don't stay stuck in the problem. That's one of my biggest things here, man. You know, problems get brought to me a lot, like, you know, and I don't want to know about the problems, right? Don't stay stuck in that. We don't talk about the negatives. We don't talk about the problems. You know, good leaders, you know, great men and women over the past in history, they talk about the solutions. Living the solutions. What's the solutions, you know? And that's what we want to give y'all. Living the solutions. Solution for me today is I know I got to go home and talk to my son. I know I got to go home and talk to my wife, right? You know, because I have to make amends for things that I've done, and I have to fix the wrongs, and I have to communicate with them. So that's my solution for today. All right. Any last parting words, Trav?
Oh man, I love that. Living the solution. And if you're getting yourself in a negative situation and don't look at the other person did this, what could I have done to do better? What could I have done to change the situation? And just keep that positive outlook. I like that, Jesse. That was good. Living in solution.
All right, everybody. If you come across this, man, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this, and tune in later today, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. We have a special guest, Alex Bond, coming on. He is directing films right now, you know, producing movies. He used to be a host of this podcast here. He helped start this podcast. So, you know, come check him out, Alex Bond. And then tomorrow I think we have a special guest. We're going to be doing a podcast with John Shinholzer and a member of our board. I haven't exactly confirmed that, but check it out. All right, everybody. Peace.